What's going on, everybody out there in YouTube land? I'm Pocan Joe, and as always, you're pretty cool for swinging by. So, as you can tell from my last video, I did a Comic Con today down at Richmond Comic Con. I'm going to do that haul. I'm also going to do a review of some books that I bought there with some of the people that we were able to talk to. Um, a lot of cool people there, a lot of interesting people, a lot of people just making stuff and selling it, living the hustle. It was awesome. But we'll do a whole video just dedicated to that. This is my new comic book day haul from Wednesday, and also the things that we're going to be bringing to Blaster Stash at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube, Sunday night. So be there. This is some of the stuff I've had a chance to read everything this time, surprisingly. And I kind of got a hefty lot here. So we're going to blow through these real quick, just a quick synopsis of them. Nothing really crazy unless there's something truly interesting in it. We'll start with our independence. We got Reaver, #1. This is good classic storytelling on a quest type of thing. Bunch of prisoners all have unique talents, all have unique abilities and personalities to move along with it. They're going to go on a quest for the kingdom type of thing in a kind of weird way. I like the characters in it. Some really good stuff. Definitely a pickup. Enjoyed reading that. Next, Second Coming. This wasn't as blasphemous as everybody tried to make it sound. It was actually a pretty good story. It's kind of comical, has a lot of comical stuff in it, but there's some really good stuff in here too. I love the art in here too. It was pretty for the most part. It was good. So yeah, definitely like that. Moving on. I love me some Bitter Root, man. That miniseries they came out with was awesome. And this just gives us a little bit more nuanced details about some of the characters in it. Has several small stories in it. If you really like Bitter Root, this kind of cleans up the characters and who they are and what they do. Let's see here. Moving on. Glad I picked this up. This is Black Hammer and Justice League. I didn't know anything about the Black Hammer universe. Always listened to Drew Manchu's he raves about Black Hammer. He loves himself a Black Hammer, and I just never picked it up. It just wasn't in my wheelhouse. But after reading it now, I got to go find out more about this. This introduces us to their new. Uh, I'm not going to say event, right? But it's a crossover to some sort. And they're actually switching places in this. I'm kind of excited about these characters. They seem fresh and new, and giving them different environments and making them flip flop back and forth. That's pretty cool. So we're going to roll into DC now. Detective Comics, number 1007. This brings us to the conclusion of our Spectre storyline. That was good. The art in here is beautiful. Spectre's always been an interesting character. Plus, that cover right there, that's some pretty sick stuff. So, yeah, enjoyed reading that. Batman, number 74. What can you say? Not a whole lot. King is still on it. We'll just blow by that one. Naomi, #6. This introduces us to Naomi. We were introduced to her homeworld in this one. Found out some more information about the big bad. And looks like she's going to be around for a while, which I think is cool. She's a pretty cool character. I thought the beginning of this series was really slow, but it definitely picked up in the last few issues. She seems like a pretty cool superhero. Want to know more about these powers of hers and stuff, and that's pretty cool. Also, um, her sidekick and family kind of situation's weird, so that's pretty cool as well. Let's see here. Event Leviathan. It is here. And what do we get in this one? Well, this is a review show, so spoiler warning. They think Leviathan's the Red Hood. Not really making any real connection there, but that's their assumption right now. So all the detectives are going after him now. That's pretty much where we're left there. I don't know how I feel about that. It seems like just a wild goose chase, just to run readers through several issues. Superman #13. Got this cool Lois Lane cover in this one. What's going on in this one? A lot of weirdness. We get more about Krypton and why it exploded and Jor-El and that whole situation and how there was a secret cabal of aliens that were really kind of running the galaxy beyond the science council. It's a bunch of words. This entire thing was just a bunch of words of some stuff that we never knew about Krypton to begin with. That's all they were really doing there. Let's see here. We got Avengers. What number is this? Number 21. Uh, this was a slow burn for me. It's kind of a slow. We got some stuff with Black Panther breaking into the government. Coulson ain't having it. We get some awkward cringiness with She-Hulk, and yeah, that basically the majority of the issue is everybody hanging out in a bathtub, or not even a bathtub, like a hot spring under the sea. Um, yeah, Mephisto's in it. He's of course at the end. He's the big bad pulling all the strings. Um, yeah, that was that issue. Kind of a slow burn. That's gonna hit the auction site. Ooh, like this, some Wolverine and Blade. Heck yeah, that was awesome. Great art in this. Great coloring. I really like the soft tones in it. Uh, Story wasn't over wordy. They did the typical trope where the two heroes meet and they have to fight because of a misunderstanding, and then they join together to beat the big bad, which is nothing more than a clone of Wolverine that's a vampire. Yeah, and they made it work. So that was pretty good. Let's see, moving on. We got Venom. I think everybody's pretty much said the same. This is just an in between issue right now. Everybody's waiting on what's happening next. What role will the young son of Eddie Brock play? Here's some goodness right here. Weapon Hex. Man, I love me some Speed Weasel. That is a cool little character right there. We get some more information about how or deeper understanding of the two as it stands, I guess is the best way, right? Our Weapon Hex and Speed Weasel. She's ADD in the whole 9 yards. She's all over the place. Everybody's fighting each other in this. It's just good stuff. I like these warp characters. I think they really come to life. Um, so yeah, and in this one we meet up with Tigra, or a cross version of Tigra. Who do they cross Tigra with? I forget. It doesn't matter. If you're that interested, you'll find it. But yeah, a lot of good stuff going on in here. Definitely check yourself out. Some warps. Next, Amazing Spider-Man number 25. Oh my god, this was probably the most boringest one yet. Not a whole lot of stuff going on in this one. It's a couple of stories. We did get some cool stuff about Kindred, our new villain. We got some ridiculous story about the female version of Shocker and Mary Jane and an actress. It was so forgettable. That's about all I remember from it. And we get some cool stuff with Doctor Strange. So good stuff. Well, not really. This one was boring, but the Kindred stuff was pretty cool. I'd suggest if you want to stay on top of this villain, that might be an issue to pick it up, but I probably wouldn't bother with the other issues in it. War of the Realms, Omega. Man, this really kind of broke down the whole. And this is also a couple of stories, you should know that, right? We're getting to launch off Loki and his own story, so we kind of get a hint of what that's going to be like. We get a little bit of the Valkyrie. Why is she Valkyrie? How did that happen when all the Valkyries were killed? And then we get my favorite story out of all this, was just this great Punisher story back there, which is going to be kicking off his new number ones that are going to be coming out here real soon as well. And the beginning and end story were kind of together. It's a Daredevil story, and apparently he's getting magical sticks from that fire tree. Remember the fire tree? The tree that's always burning? Apparently some sticks were made out of it, because that's what blind people need. Ninja sticks. All right. Weapon Plus. This is an interesting take on the whole Weapon X program, Super Soldier Serum program. What if it was like one group of people that were kind of managing all that, since they have a lot of similarities together, right? You following me there? What does that look like? So that would kind of make Wolverine and Captain America a lot more relatable to each other. I thought they did a good job kind of connecting those pieces in here. We got a villain we've never seen before who's making monsters pretty much, and we get Captain America and Wolverine goodness bouncing off of each other in the best way that they can. This is just good comic book writing. And the art in it's okay. I'll give it that. Marvel Tales, Captain America. This is nothing more than a 4 issues from the old Captain America comics. 4 of them crammed in here. That's all it really is. You get the classical Captain America punching Hitler right in the sucker. We get some Captain Britain action in here, Red Skull, the whole 9 yards. Some of the more popular issues. That's all that is. And last but not least, we get Black Cat. Man, I went with this Carnage cover right here. This is just fun. I really like the play up that they've done with her in the what was it, Amazing Spider-Man run, where she was a prominent character in 2 overarching stories, and then they broke her out into her own little thing right here. It's just good stuff. Witty banter, funny jokes. The jokes land, like they make you smile. And it's just all around goodness. So, what's going to be going on? Well, I already told you about Blaster Stash at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. Also, I'm going to have a Comic Con walk around where I take my GoPro, we walk around, we meet some local artists at the Comic Con. That video will be posted shortly. And then I'll do a haul video slash review of some of the Virginia local comic book artisans and creators that were there. I went around and picked up a bunch of their books. I'm going to read through those and kind of do a review on those with a haul video as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely subscribe. Hit the little belly thing down below. What do you think of the show? Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you got to call it. And also, big shout out to the fine people over at Comic Core for having me on their channel. It was great discussing the business of comic books. I really enjoyed that. And I haven't had any really banter with Drew Manchu with the scheduling of Blaster Stash it being all messed up. So it was good to do that too. So love you guys. Thank you very much. Take it easy. I'll talk to you probably in the next 2 minutes when I make my next video because I'm trying to cram them all in today. Bye.